Hello, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, Phil. Hello, Phil Royce from New Zealand. Beautiful. Had some lovely clients from New Zealand who came to one of my retreats here in Bali. They owned, I don't know, 100 acres of land and like 50 horses, and they were such a lovely couple. Invited me to go and see them, but never took them up on the offer. Should have done really, but when you're busy, you're busy. New Zealand's meant to be a beautiful place, but a bit frightened of Gandalf and yeah, the hobbits. They scare me. How you doing, guys? Welcome. So, I did a trip this morning. You might see on the live, on one of the lives. I did a motorbike trip. It was chucking it down, and it chucked it down even more when I went down to come here to have my lunch. And my lunch is natural fruits, and they're all actually grown just across there, most of them. So yeah, you definitely get your medicine for sure, your medicine fix. And yeah, feeling stronger every day. My taste buds are coming back again. Funnily enough, they come back in Bali. I wonder why that is. Possibly because most of it's organic and not being tampered with. You eat fruit and vegetables in even in restaurants these days. It's pretty grim, bad, tasteless. Whereas here, every mouthful was like eating nectar. And oh, you shouldn't have too much sugar. No, it's not sugar. Oh, it is. No, it's not. It isn't. I know the difference because when I'm eating refined shite sugar, my tongue starts to blister, and that isn't a lie. When I'm eating natural fruit sugars, no issue at all. Body is clean, healthy. It's only the doctors who tell you that keep away from fruits because they're bad for you, but then they won't tell you to keep away from processed crap and burgers and all the other shit that's making you sick, and the tablets that they're giving you. Yeah. Again, like I said, it's very easy, a sleight of hand to tell you it's something else when actually, no, it's not something else, pal. It's what you're doing. It's what they're giving you. But that's the oldest trick in the book. So what am I doing now? I finished all my channeled messages, spiritual messages about flowers. That's taken a year. I know you might think, you can do that in a day. Not for me. It was never that easy for me. So yeah, they're all done now. So 50 beautiful messages. So basically the Flower Bible is a mixture of a few different, I think, wonderful things. One is where you actually understand what a flower is, gives you great meaning to flowers. Two, how to read a flower, how to understand what the flower has to offer you in ways and means of the signature of life, of every plant, fruit. All of nature's always talking to us. So I share that, the secret of what I've learned from my mentors of how to read flowers and my interpretation as the years went on. So that's all combined in the book, and also beautiful 50 pages of flower messages. So what do you mean, Mark? Well, when I say to you, what is the most important, when I say to you, what is your favorite flower? Most of us have an attachment to a flower. We feel something about a flower. Mine is Lily of the Valley. Why? Because it was grown outside my house when I was a kid at Gledholt Road, and they run along the path, and they were my mum's favourite flower. So Lily of the Valley meant so much to me, and it still does. So you might have a flower that above any flower, that flower just touches your soul. Well, what did Mark do? Mark sat down and meditated on 50 flowers, held the flower, worked with the flower, understood the flower, and wrote down a message of how that flower can help you awaken you to the beautiful things that you are, guide you at times that you need a bit of guiding, make you feel, oh, that's a little bit heavy. Am I really like that? Yeah, look in the mirror. There might be something in that. So it's kind of like a message for you in all shape and form. I've tried to do it like I do readings, which are loving and kind and focused on how to get you out of issues sometimes within the reading of the flower, and just a lovely reminder of who you are. Have I shared it with anybody? I think about 4 people. I've asked 4 people, what's your favourite flower? And these are people that I know deep down. And yesterday I shared one with Neil, a friend of mine, and he said, that's really touched me. And that really means so much to me. Like, okay, so it meant something to you? Yes, it did, more than you can imagine. So that was really nice. It like, okay, so I still might have a little bit of the channeling going on here. So that was nice. So when I say to you, like, what flower? Don't just think of one in the sense of, oh, I'm just thinking of one for the sake of it. What flower has always stayed in your heart and meant something dear to you? I mean, really dear, above all flowers. Which one touches your heart? If you don't have one, no problem. So it seems that a few people have a flower that touches them, which is really quite nice when you think about it, because it means that this book might mean something and somebody might think, I'd like to buy this book, you know? What I might do is just read one person. Okay. So, let's have a look. Okay, I've got a really good friend here. They're called Brendan. And I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can you see there? So I'm just going to read you the Brendan's flower, okay? Because I didn't know who to choose, but Brendan has said violets. So I have a violet here. So I'm going to read this message to you in a second when I get it all set up, so I'm not going to try and do it correctly. Okay, let's see if I can widen that. So, okay, right, Brendan, here's your message. You are strong-minded and you don't suffer fools lightly. Your journey is very important to you and you don't like to waste a moment. Being busy in life for you and being busy in hang on, right, let me start again. You are strong-minded and you don't suffer fools lightly. Your journey is very important to you and you don't like to waste a moment. Being busy is daily life for you and you pack in as many life experiences as is possible in a single day. You are a doer, a practical soul who works to better his world and everyone in it. You care and you make a huge impact on everyone around you. You can take time out if you feel it's going to help you to better achieve your goals. Steadiness, being balanced and focused are your virtues. There is no one who can tell you what to do, as you are your teacher and pupil. The most wonderful thing about you is that you hold within, it went black, a natural inner peace and calmness for whenever you want to awaken that energy. You are indeed admired because everything you do so well. So that's Violet, and that hopefully, I know you now enough to be able to say, wow, that's actually pretty cool. That is pretty cool for an observer who knows you and listens to you and watches you and sees you type and things like that and admires your work. I think that's not actually half bad. I mean, it's not accurate, but I think it's pretty close. And the thing with my readings is like, how can somebody, one person have the same attributes than like 50 others? And that's always been my downside, but I've had to break free from that and say, look, somebody will get what they need from that reading. And I hope that you got something from that. But that's just a little taste of the book, and I hope you appreciate it. There's a lot of hard work gone into it. So now, I'll shut this now. I'm not very good at reading, as you can tell. I'm not the best of readers, but yeah. Anyway, just let me scroll. Spot on. I'm up at 3:30 and on the go till evening. I'll try to be peaceful, but I can flip out. Yeah, tell me about it. I think that third from seg from last line was a guidance to say that we have to work on that calmness. So I think that the writing is there to awaken us as well, not only to the confirmation but to things that we know we work on. Like I have to work on my calmness and as well. I get a little bit peed off with things that are happening in the world right now, but we work on ourselves. But yeah, anyway, there you go. That's something that I'm working on now. So we've done all the write up. I've read through it now 3 times. I'm happy with it. So now it's choosing the images for the flowers. So it's something that we're looking at now, and lots of different companies offer images. I don't need anything spectacular, but just some nice images of the flower on the page with the write-up. And then for the flower reading manual, which basically is at the side of some of the writing, I need some kind of drawings or images, and I don't care where they come from. If it's AI generated, I just want it to look lovely, and it needs to because everything's AI generated now. You speak to any designer and they're on ChatGPT now. So what can you freaking do? But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at pencil drawings of a stem with a, let's say, a leaf curled inwards or a leaf curled outwards with you know, and so on. So we need illustrations to match up to the basically the workshop, the manual of how to read flowers, and that's where we are right now. Is it going to be a good book? I'll just ask the cards because I've got them in front of me. How's the book going to look? Is it going to go, oh yeah, I just picked a card up from down there. Hey. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, he passes the finishing line first. Thank you, cards. They do not lie. They are beautiful. Yeah, so heart and soul's gone into this book. Heart and soul. And long live those that are able to read flowers, not only for themselves but for their family and friends, to give them great inspiration and help them along their journey. Just a little message. It's just like a pat on the back, just like a cuddle, except it's a mind cuddle and a heart cuddle. I think that's it, really. Oh gosh, I don't want people going out of their way doing stuff for me. No, I always feel guilty, guys. No, it's fine. There's so many on footage, stock footage. There's tons of them. It's fine. It's not the flowers really. What we really need is images of what I'm talking about. That's going to be the most challenging thing, to create an image where the stem is, anyway, it's fine, honestly. Please don't worry, I'll sort it. We'll get it sorted. I'm not somebody who jumps on at all their friends and says, help me with this. It's okay, I'll figure it. But the hardest thing's done now. It's done. And now we just need to put it all together like a jigsaw. So yeah, it's great. I am wishing you all well. It's a beautiful day. There you go. Look at Bali. It was raining all morning. Now it's beautiful. Had my lunch, which was all fruits, and that was gorgeous. I don't really know what else to say. I don't want to start speaking any negativity today. I've had enough of talking about plonkers and people just being idiots now. There's too much negativity. Everybody's judging, everybody's opinionated, everybody's slagging everybody off, and there's no fun in it anymore. There's no joy. It seems more malicious than a bit of a laugh, and now people just don't get a laugh anymore. People just don't know when you're joking. They don't understand that you're just having a laugh, and they take it to heart. So much sensitivity about. So I'll let that cesspit just brew on its own, and I'll stay out of it for a while, especially being here. Other than that, the birds are happy, the bees are happy, the butterflies are happy, Mother Nature's overjoyed, and everything's so tranquil and peaceful here after the rains. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I didn't mind getting caught up in the rain at all, to be fair. I got soaked, my shoes are absolutely soaked. They're drying out now, but I didn't mind it at all. It was actually quite refreshing. Nice. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Brendan. I just hope it's another beautiful book added to the 4 other books that I've done. Sometimes forget I've written 4 books. It's quite a feat, really, I guess, when you think about it. Oh, I did say something that I didn't finish off this morning as I drove up Talagalang. How do you say it again? Talagalang?
Tagalalang.
Say it again.
Tagalalang.
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 Thank you. As I was driving up Tagalalang, I was explaining to people that the locals create all sorts of stuff, dream catchers and basketware and sculptures, wood and stone. And I was explaining the prices of them, which is very amazing price. However, please bear in mind that to get a container from Bali to Spain or anywhere in the world, you are looking at literally thousands. Now, bear in mind that every piece of furniture then has to go through an inspection. They all have to be sprayed with a certain poison, and it's true, they do. They say it's smoke, but it's still kind of a poison, I think. Whoever moves it, whoever picks it up, wraps it up, moves it, then from there it needs to be wrapped up and put into a container. Then when it heads across the sea, because it obviously costs a fortune then to get across the border, you've got to get it into your country. Now you're looking at all the taxations that come with it, and quite frankly, guys, I will not do it. I did do it at one time. I did it when I was 27. I used to bring containers back from Bali. I don't know if you ever remember them. They don't do them here anymore. They stopped doing them, but they did when I was buying them here. They were mirrors, and around the mirrors was a wooden frame with exotic birds on them, and the colour they would kind of use would be a pastel pinks, pastel blues, pastel reds, yellows, and they were very exotic. I used to ship them back. So, yeah, I used to import them, and I used to sell them locally in Huddersfield, all over, in Wakefield and Sheffield and Barnsley. And that was something that I did for quite a while. Anyway, why I'm saying what I'm saying is because, yes, a chair may cost $25, $55, and then when it comes to Spain, it gets put into a shop and it's $250, $350, $450. The reason why is because of all the taxes, all the import duties and everything that I've mentioned. So when you're getting excited and you think, wow, I'll go over there and buy them, if you've got this idea now after watching the video that you're going to come over here and buy a load of stuff and import it back, all I can tell you is be very prepared for a nightmare with the dark system, customs, and all the lies, manipulations, and all the they are pure evil, and they don't care. You either pay or you don't. And sometimes you can. I've spoke about horror stories which are happening every day now. But one of my friends not so long ago imported some wood, and he saw a pair of alloy wheels and over here, and he thought they'll go really well on his car. So he put the alloy wheels in a 30-foot container. The customs went through everything and found the alloy wheels, and what they did was they taxed him on the whole container of alloy. And he said there's only 4 alloy wheels, and they said no problem, but you will pay for the custom taxes of alloy. And he said, but it's all glass. Most of it's glass furnishings. Some were a little bit of wood, but it was mainly glass, which was the percentage of glass is very low. I don't know what it is. It's less than 4 or 5%. So you'd be paying tax on glass. But because he had some alloys in there, they were charging him 27% tax at the time. So you imagine how much tax he had to pay. And he said, this is unfair. And they said, no problem. We will empty the whole of your container and we will check everything, which will cost you 5,000 euros. So you will either pay what we're asking you, or we will empty it and charge you for the work that we do to empty it and put it all back in, which is 5,000, which comes to the same price. So basically, they know exactly what they're doing. It's nothing to do with them taking it out and putting it in, which they wouldn't have done anyway. They just wanted the money because the government is a paedophilia, evil monster company that continues to run, and it's legalized robbery. And only people like me understand this. Anybody who imports knows what I'm saying, completely knows what I'm saying. They are the biggest gangsters, they are the biggest robbers, they are the biggest mafioso in the whole of this globe. Yeah, don't get me started with import taxes and import duties. Legalized criminals, legalized robbery, stealing your money in the name of taxes. So there you go, that's my story. So when I say to you, it's only 30 euros for a chair, now you know why it's ever so much money when it comes here. And the headache and the worry, and actually most people are sick of it now, to be fair. Most people are actually stopping shipping. Most people are sick of it. Most people are giving up their businesses, but I guess that's what they want. So that Amazon can take over everything. One world selling company, just like a one world government, just like a one world army, just like a one world food, a one world health, sickness, sorry. So there you go. Been working with this beauty today and yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous. Something special and something new. It's absolutely gorgeous. Might do a video today on this. Might talk about this today. Just wanted to work with it a bit more, but phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal energy. Really loved it. And then working on inspiration, I have Moldavite and Tektite. So there you go, that's it. Yeah. I've always said that the system sits round a table like Gollum and knows that we are its food, feeds from us. So it knows that if it has a one world army with jails everywhere and they can throw you in, then they smile because they know that they're the biggest gangsters in the world and they can legally throw you in prison whenever they want. And whoever you are, doesn't matter who you are, they'll throw you in prison if they want. So they know this. So now what they need to do, they have to still be careful because they could be overthrown and people could figure it out. So let's dumb them down a bit. Let's feed them with poisons. Let's spray crap over them. Let's lie to them. Let's give them bread and circuses. But really what we're doing is we're trying to figure out now that they're paying all this tax, how we can steal it individually and line our pockets. So the pot of gold in the middle that you've worked every day for and you sweat and you pay your 50% tax or 30% or 20%, whatever it may be, and you pay more than that because everything that you buy you pay tax on. Everything that I sell I pay tax. I sell a product and it costs me 50% tax. People don't understand that. Oh, you're expensive, Mark. Yeah, well, you pay my tax bill. What do you mean? Well, if I sell you a crystal for 100 euros, 22% of that goes straight to the tax man. At the end of the year, I have to pay 25% tax of everything that I've sold. So that's 45%, 46, 47%. But people don't understand, you see. They don't get it. Unless you run a business, then you understand. But you pay taxes on everything. And the tax man, sorry, I shouldn't call him tax man because it isn't a man. It's an invisible illusion of a system that is a fear-based system that will throw you in prison if you don't do what you're told. That's why we're slaves. You can't do anything without paying tax, or you'll be thrown in prison. That's the slave world we live in. That's when people tell you you're a slave. No, I'm not. You are. We're all slaves to this system. What is it? What's the system? It isn't a man. It isn't a building. It's an invisible force that we've believed. Oh, but without it, oh, there's anarchy. No, there's only anarchy in it. That's why when you start telling me about a politician that once he gets in, it's all going to be fine. Like, no, it's not going to be fine. You're feeding the same satanic system. Oh, without it, it's going to be anarchy. No, there's no anarchy without it at all. It's actually quite fine. Everything works really well. Just go to a little island called Gili Air. You'll see it works fine. No police on that island. No traffic wardens on that island. Nobody wanting to, they just get on with life and it's fine. It works well. But then the darkness gets upset because it sees that it's going to lose all its money and you're not going to start paying it and feeding its need, which is a new, 500-foot yacht, or a new island that it's buying, or another headquarters which is 50,000 feet high skyscraper, and and so on. So that monster gets fearful, so it throws you in prison, shuts you up, gags you. And that's how it works, guys. It isn't through love. We don't live on a love world. We're love. But what controls us is pure evil. There you go. Shut up, Mark. But I am wishing you a lovely day. It's very difficult for people to stand up and join together because we've been separated, all of us, and the more we know who we are, the more we see that it's very challenging because not everybody's like you and I. And a lot of people are selfish. A lot of people are just talkers, and they just continue as they continue. They can't even be bothered to get up and, do something. They just it's just as easy for them to, be keyboard warriors. Most people don't do. They just say they do, just to fit in and feel better. But when it push comes to shove, there's only 1% that would ever do anything differently, and that's why those who didn't fall for the bullshit, that's the 1%. That's it. That's the reality of life, and that's why the system wins every time, because it knows that 99% of people will put up with shit and do exactly what they're told because they've been programmed and brainwashed that way, and because they fall for the hypnosis, whereas we don't. We can't be hypnotized. I am wishing you a lovely day. I really am. You want a message for today? You want a message? I'll give you a message. See what it says for us today. What should we take on board today and move forward with? Close my eyes, pull the card. What does it say? So your card today is very simple. The power lies within you. The power lies within the third eye. The power lies within Mother Earth and the sun. The power lies in, the power lies in positive thinking, thoughts and doing. This is a time for us to shine our light, to be the light workers, to be that guiding light for others, and to shine each day. Meditate, heal, strengthen, And always remember that you are a light warrior of this world. I'm wishing you a lovely day, guys. Be strong, be amazing, keep going, and make the world a better place. Okay, guys, take care. See you later on. Ciao, ciao.